Greeting and welcome, dear viewers, to a new episode of Cultural Flavors.
Ramadan edition.
I'm your host, Dr. Mohammad Al-Qattan.
And I'm your co-host, Eman Marafie.
So, Eman, in every episode, you give our dear viewers an advice.
Yes.
Today, I will give them an advice.
Okay.
So, please, dear viewers, my advice to you today is try to control your anger at any place.
You're right.
Street, house, it's a very hard thing to do, but you could really work on it. It's going to be a good skill that could probably could release some stress, and it could be healthier if you really don't show your anger.
Especially moms.
Okay.
Don't blow your anger on your children because you are stressed. You are so stressed in the kitchen.
Yes. So this is a good advice, Iman, to our dear viewers. So, Iman, which country you chose for us today?
Well, today's country is the Philippines.
Nice. Have you been there?
No, actually, I haven't.
Okay.
But I know a lot of people, they talk to me about this country, and I really liked it.
Yeah, they told me it's really nice country to visit. It's a lovely place, and hopefully at some point I will visit Philippines.
Actually, my late father went there.
Nice.
Yes.
So, dear viewers, let's go watch this report together, and we will be back. So please don't go away.
The Philippines is a country of great diversity. It's a country known to have over 100 dialects and many ethnic groups. Not only those, but the culture is also very varied because of its archipelagic nature and rich history. Islam reached the Philippines in the 14th century with the arrival of Muslim traders from the Persian Gulf, southern India, and their followers from several sultanate governments in coastal Southeast Asia. Islam's predominance reached all the way to the shores of Manila Bay, home to several Muslim kingdoms. The majority of Muslims live in Mindanao and nearby islands. The month of Ramadan holds a special place in Filipino Muslims' hearts, as it is to all Muslims around the globe. It is customary in the Philippines to begin Ramadan celebrations by bringing fruits to fellow fasting Muslims in the mosques. It is usual to hold iftar programs. For many organizations and families, hosting iftars in their homes during Ramadan is an established custom in the Philippines. Any Muslim can hold iftar with no restrictions, and they can invite their neighbors and friends in addition to their family members. Before breaking the fast, many families and neighbors exchange food and dishes to get ready for iftar. Muslim families typically prepare meals that contain rice, chicken meat, or beef, as well as a locally styled fruit salad, a simple peanut butter sandwich, and dates that have been given to them as gifts by people in mosques or neighbors.
And we're back, dear viewers, and I hope you enjoyed the report as much as we did. And today we have two guests from the Philippines, and they are very honorable, and we would like to welcome them. We have Mr. Abdullah Abu Bakr, and we have Nasser Murshid.
Yes. So we're so glad to have both of you talking about a country that I have not been yet, but hopefully I'm going to visit.
You should visit.
I should visit.
Yes,
So you're going to encourage me as well. You're going to encourage our dear viewers to visit Philippines, right?
Inshallah.
All right. Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
And to enjoy the sceneries there.
Yeah.
So at the beginning, can you please introduce yourself, Mr. Abdullah, and then Nasser?
First of all, my name is Abdullah, and I basically was born in Philippines, but then I grew up here. So I kind of lived both cultures, and I go back and forth as well for holidays and so on.
Interesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
My name is Nasser Borshed, and I'm also born here in Kuwait. And same thing, I go to Philippines to visit my family there, and I'm born here, raised here, studied.
As well as you are our colleague.
Exactly,
Yes.
yes.
That's really interesting.
Colleague, yes.
So why Philippines is a unique country? How could you distinguish Philippines from other countries? Abdullah, please go ahead.
First of all, Philippines is literally in the middle of the ocean.
Okay.
It has 7,500 islands,
Yeah.
MashaAllah.
and it has the prettiest beaches in the world.
Nice. True.
Yeah, and when you really want to have a beach summer or a beach holiday,
A clean beach.
it's the cleanest, the whitest sand,
Wow.
the bluest water, the clearest sky.
Nice.
You're just gonna find it all in the Philippines. I don't know. If you seen in the cartoons where you're sitting in the beach and there's coconut tree above you and
Yes.
coconut falls and you can just open it and drink it?
Yes, my dream to go there.
That's the Philippines.
This is a Filipino.
Yes.
All right.
We have a saying in Philippines, wherever you go, just kick a tree and the fruit will just drop on your hand.
Oh,
And that's why
that's
it's
nice.
very. It's also very well known for its fruits, tropical fruits like mangosteen, coconuts, bananas.
That's correct.
Yeah, mangoes and all of that. Also, as he said, the white beaches. And I heard an information once that one of the beaches in Dubai, their white sand is actually from Philippines. They ship them by containers. That's why they have those white beach. But naturally, it's not actually white in Dubai. So they had to bring it from
originally
abroad.
from Philippines.
Interesting.
So basically, could I say that only people who are oriented for swimming or water activity go to Philippines? Do you have any like other activities like mountain, any
Oh,
something?
yeah. We have many mountains actually.
Really?
Mountains, volcanoes.
So it's
yeah.
diverse. So you
Yes,
diverse, yep.
actually, I've been on this trip to a mountain called Mountain Pulag,
okay.
Yeah.
and it's like a one-day trip. And you get to the top of it, and what you are gonna see is one of the most beautiful scenes.
Okay.
And something they call it a cloud, cotton clouds. So you get to the top and you see all these clouds in order.
And you're able
like-
to touch them?
Nah.
Maybe, yeah. Grab some and put in. I would love to do, but yeah. And it was one of the most beautiful scenes I've ever seen in my life.
Another thing in Philippines, which is a very rare thing, if you look at the map of Philippines from the top, let's say the satellite view, it's all green. But there's that one spot where it's all sand. It's like you enter another country, which is all desert. It's all sandy. There's no greenery in it. It's called the sand dune island, and a lot of people go there for their sand activities, which is like buggy, sand surfing, and other stuff.
But no one lives there, right?
It's a tropical weather, even though if it's all sand. No, people do actually live there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But not in the sand, but
No, no, no.
Yeah, I mean, like
Yeah.
in the place
Yeah,
itself.
they do.
Okay.
What about the climate over there? When is the best time to
It's
visit?
very humid.
the
Right.
Philippines mainly is a tropical country, so it's raining all year.
Okay.
However, the best time to visit there is actually during winter time in Kuwait.
Yeah.
So the weather is calmer. There's less typhoons because it's a tropical area, and within the Ring of Fire, it has these typhoon storms.
Yeah, I think we start on July, June or July. That's the rainy
Yes.
season,
All
up
right.
until December.
December,
And
not
then-
December,
not
like
December, November. Something,
November,
yeah, November.
end of October.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yes.
Perfect.
So make sure you bring your umbrella when you go there.
So what about talking the holy month of Ramadan in Philippines? How people prepare for it?
In the Philippines, there's actually 11 million Muslims living in Philippines.
MashaAllah.
Wow.
And actually, before the Spanish invasion as well, it was the Islam was the most dominant religion there.
Yeah.
A lot of Muslim tradition still remain within the culture, but then it all changed when the invasion happened.
Correct.
Yeah.
So most of the south, if you're living in the south of the Philippines, you will see like the preparation of Ramadan spiritually. Unlike here, for example, we put lanterns and so on.
Correct.
Over here we did it from stories. I think what they call it. 1,000 night or something.
1,001 night.
Yeah, but over there it's more spiritually. People like be more celebrative. They gather and so on. But there's no specific preparation. It's just more spiritual preparation for that month.
So if you in Ramadan, usually what they do is it's just a celebration of how let's say how they fast. Fasting is like the main thing to them. As long as they fast and at the end of the day they break their fast, that's the only thing that we do. But we don't, as you said, we don't actually hang lanterns or lights or do any of those celebrations. We do some celebrations, but it's something that is very traditional with Philippines, not in an Islamic way.
Work hours, school hours, the same. So it's not going to be
Yes, as you know, the dominants are non-Muslims in Philippines. The population is actually it's almost 120 million people living there. So the Muslims are a minority. Therefore, the holidays are not synced with their calendar. So it's actually fasting there is actually more challenging for them as a Muslim, because over here everyone's fasting, you don't see anyone eating.
Correct.
Yes.
But over there you can normally people are just having their lunch in front of you.
Having their normal life.
Yes.
And as adults, it's not really that difficult, but for children, it is more difficult.
Absolutely.
Especially at school, probably.
Yes.
People, when their colleagues or their mates eats in front of them, it's really kind of hard.
Challenging.
Yes,
Correct.
But don't you have you as Muslims a city that is belongs to, or you're mixed up with other Christians and
No, we do
other
have.
religions?
Philippines is cut into three major governorates or regions, which is you have where Manila is on the top, and then in the middle is where the islands are and most of the farmers. Countryside.
Okay.
And then you have the one that's below. That's where most of the Muslims are.
Okay.
Yeah, they live there and they have their own community and they live as they are.
We will talk about food, but before we go deep into that, my colleague Eman, she's going to prepare a dish.
Okay.
And I could tell you it's a sweet dish. So Eman,
Looking
please.
forward.
Well, try to guess the dish then. It
Probably.
has black cherries, strawberries on top, and chocolate.
And you have.
And we have cake.
Okay.
And this is cherry syrup.
Uh-huh.
And we have this chocolate pudding.
Okay. So
And we also have cream for topping.
what's going to be? Do you have any?
I think it's going to be a dessert.
Yes, it is.
Dessert.
It's going to be a trifle.
Nice.
Black forest trifle.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So we're going to do something really sweet for our esteemed guest today.
Yeah.
So dear viewers, we have a break and we'll be back. So please don't go away.
And we're back, dear viewers, and I will tell you the ingredients. Now, it doesn't have any ingredients actually, only what we have here. We have chocolate pound cake. You can use whatever cake you have. It has to be chocolate because if you're doing Black Forest, then it's chocolate. Then we have the Swiss roll also for just a decoration around it. And we have black cherry. I've tried the red cherries before. I didn't like it. So it's to your likings, but for me, I like the black cherry. We will have the syrup to just let the cake soak in it. And then we will put the chocolate pudding. We have the fresh cream also on top. Then we will decorate it with chocolate, which I made in the house. And I also covered the strawberries with chocolate.
So it is a healthy dish?
No, it's not.
Not at all.
It's a homemade dish.
It's a healthy.
It's a homemade dish.
If it's homemade, it's
It's healthy.
So during the break, we have a really lovely conversation talking about the name of the Philippine, why they called it Philippines. So
yes.
could you please tell our dear viewers, because it's a really nice piece of information.
So Philippines, as we mentioned, was under the Spanish, let's say, what do you call it? Colonization. Yeah, and it wasn't called Philippines before that. It was another name, but because of King Philips, who was one of the people who went there to colonize.
Correct.
They named it after him. So they took Philip, which was the beginning, and then they add the Pines after that. So Philippines. So that's an information most people don't know.
Yeah.
They think that it just came out like it's like a native language, but it's not actually. It's named after him.
So what was the old name?
I don't
I
remember.
think the islands of something.
Probably.
But I know, I've heard a story. It says that Manila actually was called Fi Amanillah.
Oh.
And Islam came to the Philippines through the Arab merchants who actually also spread Islam in Indonesia and the other
Yeah,
countries.
they were a majority. Yeah.
Yes, and they settled in Philippines.
That's nice.
So let's talk about the Philippine, what they eat during the holy month of Ramadan. What are the most common dishes? Do you have something that's really common people do, like here in Kuwait, or you have the normal food or the normal cuisine during the holy month of Ramadan?
As much as I know, it's like the normal
Yes,
food, right?
yeah, and unlike in Kuwait, for example, we have the traditional
Yeah, the
Ramadan,
yeah.
you know, with
Cuisine.
the cuisine, like a soup and
Gemar,
yes,
Exactly.
and you don't see these dishes only in Ramadan.
It's really-
After Ramadan, they disappear.
No, actually, the Gaymat is all year round.
But it's,
Yeah,
it's
but we
really
don't see
common.
it.
Yeah,
It's not
it's,
table anymore.
yeah, it's a common Ramadan.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's true. Even shops, you can see they hide everything else that they put
Exactly.
wherever you go.
So there is nothing unique. In
So yeah, back to Philippines. Basically over there, no, they don't
No, we
have.
don't have it.
If people usually eat the regular food.
Yeah,
Okay.
we stick to the same food.
So what is the most famous cuisine you have in the Philippines?
We have like now the Philippines. They have variety of dishes, but they rely heavily on rice.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
not like our rice. It's white plain rice,
Okay.
and then they add the flavor to it. So they eat it with like, for example, there's a famous dish called chicken adobo, and it is mainly chicken with vinegar and soy sauce and garlic, and it's the you can say the national dish of the Philippines. Yeah.
And I noticed that you use a lot of soy sauce.
Yes.
You depend on it.
Yes,
Soy
we do.
sauce, vinegar, we love it.
Oh, yeah.
I personally sometimes crave soy sauce out of the blue and vinegar. Actually, there is one funny story as well. You know, when we fast, we eat suhoor,
Yes.
okay, to prepare ourselves for the long day of fasting.
Correct.
So we have a Filipino dish called dry fish.
Dry fish, yeah.
It's fish, but it's dried and it's very salty.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Sun-dried, yeah.
And my mom decided to have dry fish during suhoor.
Okay.
Ooh.
I joined her. It was, she just made it for herself.
Okay.
But I joined it.
It's good to be a good companion, huh?
Yes. But it was nice. I love it.
Oh, good.
The issue is that
The day after that,
You felt
you feel
thirsty.
thirsty.
I nearly broke my fast. It was the most
Difficult, probably
difficult
day.
day I fasted in my life.
Yeah.
So just make sure don't eat dry fish during suhoor.
So this is why it's going to be, it was a good lesson for you then.
Definitely.
You're not going to do it.
And I'm sharing it with everyone.
So, any activities during the holy month of Ramadan? Family gathering, people go to mosque more often. So, do you have anything else?
Yeah, that does happen in the Philippines. Like everyone goes to the mosque more often. You see them wearing new clothes.
Okay.
They're always freshen up and everything. Reciting the Holy Quran is also one of the practices there. They do recite it a lot in Philippines. Of course, Eid al-Adha and everything, it happens also there.
Okay.
Eid al-Fitr also happens there. So they have that festivity that happens after Ramadan, which is the Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha. But during, as we said, during the fasting period, which is the normal days, it's just a normal day.
So people having could they break their fast with family? So
Yes.
okay,
Yeah.
family gathering should be one of the something really significant.
Yes,
Definitely.
and it's very actually very major in Philippines.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because I think we got this also from the
It's,
Spanish
yes.
people.
It's
which
a
is
cultural thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Eman, how is everything going with you?
Well, I'm just thinking which is like, would I make it 2 layers or 1 layer?
Make it one layer then.
1 layer only. So regarding Gargian,
Yes.
I know that like most like the GCC only we have it, but like you didn't like have this you know
Habits.
the practice or habit in there in the Philippines.
No, we don't have that. Guryan doesn't exist in the Philippines at all. But
However,
we do have a lot of
however,
festivals.
Yeah, we do have a lot of festivals. However, there is one thing, okay? Basically, Filipinos, they work abroad. And that's one of the main, like, let's say, that contributes to the country's GDP. All right? So they come back with cultures.
Yeah.
So there is people who worked in Kuwait and in the Gulf region.
They bring over
They
there.
brought these traditions or cultures back to
home.
them. So
Nice.
they have similar activities there, and surprisingly they do it at the same time as well. So they brought up even like sambusa and vimto and all these things. It's now being introduced within the people who came from abroad.
Correct.
Yes.
This is-
That's good.
This is very good.
Yeah.
So, what about the Eid? How does the Eid look like in the Philippines?
Oh, the Eid actually looks like everywhere in the world.
Okay.
Eid al-Fitr, everybody breaks their fast in the morning, goes for prayers, they wear new clothes, they visit families, some give gifts, some give money.
Yeah, the
and all,
Eid,
yeah, and then they start going, they go out with the family to theme parks or to the beaches or wherever it is, yeah.
To have a good time
Yes.
with the birthday family.
And how many days do you celebrate the Eid?
Usually it's
3 days.
3 days.
3 days.
However, the most official one is just the first day,
Okay.
and
And it trickles down
yeah,
less and less
exactly.
to the third day.
So I would go back to Philippines. If you have advices to our dear viewers, if they would like to visit Philippines, where they should go, and which city they have to cover, how many days they have to.
I think Nasser will suggest 2 places, and I'll suggest 2.
All right,
Yeah, why
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
First of all, to answer your question in a general sense,
Yeah.
you need at least a month
Wow.
just to
discover?
experience all of Philippines.
Okay.
Because you have 7,600 islands, but you're not going to discover all of them.
Yeah.
But just the main ones.
Okay.
Then you have the city, and what else? You have the sea life, the island life. Then you have it depends on which month you go in. You'll experience whatever festival is on that month.
All right.
Because in Philippines we have a lot of festivals.
Okay.
And most of our festivals are fruit-based. So you have a festival for mango, a festival for bananas, pineapples, also coconuts, and we have other festivals. Yeah. So let's give us 2 places.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for your 2
Oh,
places.
first thing. Okay. So I would say, of course, you have to visit Manila.
Okay.
That's the first thing. I mean,
capital.
yeah, the capital. Since the plane will first
Landed there.
land there,
Okay.
experience Manila and its traffic.
Oh, it's really
it's very
crowded.
very crowded.
All right.
But other than that, it's a beautiful place. I mean, as a place that is very civilized and with tall buildings and a lot of let's say parks and the places to see, museums and all of that. Yeah.
Okay.
And monumental buildings.
Perfect.
Second place would be, let's say, up of Manila, which is where the countryside is of Manila. So you have the city life and you have the country life,
Okay.
where you can see the rice terrace.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so you see a lot of hills with rice terraces, so you can go up there, wear the traditional clothes, experience picking up rice and see how they actually filter the rice and everything and pack them. Yeah,
That's
that'll be nice.
interesting.
I love those trips.
Um,
I like to visit like farms and to try to like grab things and you know how to do it.
Exactly. Abdullah, what do you think?
I suggest, of course, if anyone goes to the Philippines, they must go to the most famous beach. And it's well known across the world.
Which is?
It's called Boracay.
Boracay.
Okay.
And you will be surprised going there, you will see a lot of people from Kuwait over there.
And why is so special?
It's basically, it's one island, and across, like along this island, it's one beautiful white beach. Not just that, Just imagine you sitting on this beach with a tropical weather, blue white water, coconut trees behind you, and then you see the most stunning and beautiful, glamorous sunset you will ever imagine in your life. With the colors, you will see, I never saw a sunset like that.
Wow.
I heard people say that. All right, I thought it was exaggeration.
Yeah, it's too much, huh?
It's too much, too much. Until I was there and experienced it,
You're
and
tempting us, actually.
I was literally out of words to describe the scene.
Perfect.
Yes.
Actually, I think I'm gonna visit Philippines with both of you because you have to show me around.
Okay, Nasser will take you to Manila.
You will be a tour guide.
We'll split it.
We'll talk about this during the break.
Sure thing.
So, dear viewers, we have a break and we will be back. So please don't go away.
خبز التنور, or Iranian bread as it's known in Kuwait, is one of the most beloved and cheapest flatbreads found in Kuwait. It's baked freshly every day, and you can just enjoy that scrumptious bread with all your meals. It's especially popular in Ramadan during Futur and Suhoor, and it's used as a staple throughout Ramadan meals. So every day, the baker would prepare fresh dough in this oven clay pot, and it's baked till it's crispy, and people would come and use it in their staple dishes such as tashrib and marag, and just as everyday nagnega for Ramadan. During Ramadan, you'll find lines of people lining up to pick up and buy this freshly baked bread, as its airy and chewy texture allows it to soak up all those amazing flavors in stews such as tashriba and bacha, and also as a condiment or accessory to the meal. The tandoor bread is made in a clay oven, as you can see, with a lit fire, and it's made daily and it's enjoyed throughout suhoor and futur. The warm aroma of freshly baked bread wafting through the streets of Kuwait reminds us of home-cooked meals and traditions, as well as yummy deliciousness awaiting us on the futur table and suhoor tables. Enjoy your khubz bread, and I hope you have a happy Ramadan.
And we're back, dear viewers, and almost done. Only needing for the cream to just decorate it.
Okay.
And to put the chocolate and the strawberries on top.
Nice.
So
Looks
we
very
would eat
delicious,
it.
right?
It looks very delicious.
Yeah. So we'd like to know about your journey in Kuwait. So we're going to start with Abdullah. How is your experience so far in Kuwait?
It was a huge difference, of course. However, you get adapt to it, and it is such a friendly environment that you don't feel that you are actually away from the Philippines, because there's a big number of Filipinos in Kuwait.
Okay.
So I can imagine like an expat who leaves Philippines to work in Kuwait. He can easily find his whatever he needs in terms of food. He doesn't have to feel so much homesick being here.
All right.
And of course, we spend most of our day at work.
Yeah, this is it.
And yeah, and because of our family here, so we also adjust and feel like we are actually at home as well.
Nasser,
Exactly, yeah.
Nasser, what do you think?
Well, I'm raised and born here
Yeah,
most
so
of my life.
you're
So I already adapted automatically. And
So
yeah,
probably you go back home, you probably have a culture shock or
yeah, no, not really. I did visit Philippines
More
a lot.
often.
Yeah, more often. Yeah, I do, and I'm used to it. I'm already used to it. Like I have that. I never had that culture shock, nor adjusting or anything. I was born here, studied here, and worked here too. From time to time, I go visit my family in Philippines, and even my family from Philippines come here to Kuwait. My whole family.
Good.
So it's a full house sometimes
All right.
at our place. And they would stay for like 2 to 3 months, and we would stay there for 2 to 3 months.
Oh,
yeah,
that's cool.
But now it's kind of less. Those days we were like still me and my sisters. We were younger, so we were in school. So we would spend the summer there.
Correct.
But now all of us are working, so we spend like less, like a month or less than a month.
More responsibilities.
Yes, more responsibilities. Exactly.
So what about like Abdullah, let me ask you something. Like, when you said that you were born there, did you study half of your life there, or you started your school here?
No, I started my school in Kuwait.
In Kuwait.
Yes, so I had to learn Arabic from scratch at the age of 5 years old.
Which is easier, actually.
It's easier, definitely. When you're young, your brain is like a sponge.
Correct.
It absorbs information.
Easy
Yeah.
learning.
So now you know 3 languages.
Yes, I speak.
You're lucky.
Yeah, and I speak different dialects. So because in Kuwait there is different, very diverse.
Correct.
The culture here, so you can actually speak different dialects of Arabic.
You're right.
So we are in the holy month of Ramadan. What do you think the most unique thing about being here in Kuwait in the holy month of Ramadan?
Food.
Food. Let's talk about food.
Food again.
Which favorite dish that you like?
It's always going to be my mom's cooking.
Okay.
Both the Filipino and the Kuwaiti dishes. She does both, and both of them are amazing. So, but my all-time favorites will be, there's a dish we called arroz caldo.
Okay.
It's like a porridge kind of dish. I love it because it's good for winter. It's good when you're sick. Anytime when I'm sick, I take it. My mom reads it for me.
And so what's the ingredient of it?
So the ingredients is the base of it is rice with rice, water, ginger, chicken with chicken broth, salt and pepper, and that's it. It's a very simple dish.
Okay.
So it's mostly the broth mixes with the rice to give it the taste, and the ginger kind of changes a little bit, spices up just a little bit. Yeah.
All right.
And my mom would make the ginger. Depends. Sometimes if she's in good mood, she'll make it soft enough just for me to eat it. Yeah, but yeah, that's my favorite dish. And Arabic Kuwaiti dish. Majboos is always my favorite. Chicken or
Everyone's
beef.
favorite, actually.
By the way, majboos and kabsa are already crossed the oceans and the
Exactly.
Philippines.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
they're making
They
it.
could save over
They
there.
are making it. Even the spices now you can find it in the market.
Yes.
Previously you can't find it.
Yeah.
Now there is a market for it. There is the Arabic, even the
High
Indian
demand,
spices.
huh?
exactly.
So when we go there, when we visit, so would we be able to like find Arabic restaurants?
Yes, you do. Yeah, you can find Arabic restaurants, Indian restaurants, because most of our spices is from India, right?
yes.
Yeah. So because of, as he said, the high demand, so most of the spices you can find them there right now. So
Interesting.
it's a good business. Yeah.
This is very.
Philippines is very diverse in food. They love food. The same as Kuwait.
Who doesn't actually?
Abdullah didn't tell us about his favorite
Yes.
Kuwaiti cuisine.
Kuwaiti cuisine. Let's see, you can't argue, but it's basically meat majboos.
Okay,
You
this
eat
is
it
your
with your
What
pie,
about the tashriba?
with your
Nobody
hand.
talks about it.
Yeah.
The shriba is it's a side dish, and you only see it in Ramadan as well.
Yeah,
My
that's
dad
right.
only eats tashriba the whole of Ramadan.
Yeah,
Every time he just that's his only dish.
The meat tashriba or the fish tashriba?
The meat and the fish both, but mostly he's on the meat
The
side.
meat, yeah. So this is the most common one people.
Yes, yes.
have it. So what about, you have any specific places that you would like to visit during the holy month of Ramadan?
Yeah, you mean in Kuwait?
In
or-
Kuwait,
in
absolutely, yeah.
For me, I always go to Masjid Al-Kabir, the Grand Mosque, especially in the last 10 days.
10 days, correct.
Other than that, usually it's just home.
Okay.
Being in that atmosphere,
Yeah.
being with the family,
Relax
watching series.
and relax a little
just
bit,
relaxing,
yeah.
yeah.
Because you've been busy around the year, and this is a good time that you take a break.
You just chill, and the thing that I love doing also is like being in the kitchen around my mom's and sister where they're
Good,
cooking. I could
good.
Do you
lend a
bother
hand
them or
not.
do you help them?
Both. I bother them and help them at the same
Why didn't you do this today? I was craving this dish.
I believe you, man. This is
We're
great,
done.
right? All right. So let's start serving the sweet
Beautiful.
to our esteemed guests.
you.
And this is for you, Nasser.
Iman, this looks lovely. I feel guilty eating it.
Take a picture before you eat it.
So probably have to take a selfie with it then.
Yes, definitely.
Then it will be forever.
Doctor,
Oh, thank you. I will.
serve for yourself.
All right. I will do this. I don't know from where to start, but
From the place where you like to.
I advise you to just cut a piece, put in a plate, and take the whole thing.
I'm trying. Usually I give to dear viewers that moderation is the key. You could
Yes.
eat whatever you want, but in a moderation.
Moderation, yeah.
Correct.
Correct.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you would be like, whenever you present such kind of dish with an insulin injection,
Oh,
because it's full of sugar.
They're full of sugar.
It
Yeah.
is.
So what about you, Abdullah? So what are the famous places that you would like to visit during the holy month of Ramadan?
Well, for me, I have a practice that I've been doing in Ramadan where I follow the Quran reciters.
Oh, mashallah.
So, of course, we know Fahad al-Kandari. Yeah, so we always try to find where they pray, and we go to that mosque that they are praying.
That's very nice.
And that's actually a privilege here in Kuwait. You know?
Sheikh hunting. We do that.
Yes, it's that we have this like you have a very spiritual experience in Ramadan.
So while our team is going to try their dessert, what about you, Iman, telling the ingredient to our dear viewers?
Well, actually, dear viewers, there are no certain ingredients. They're just like a chocolate pound cake. If you want to use fudge cake, any kind of chocolate cake you can use. And then we use the Swiss roll just for decoration on the bottom side. I added the cherry syrup on top of the cake to make it a little bit like dense. And then we added the chocolate pudding. Then we added the cherries on top of it with white cream or vanilla cream. And then you do the layers. You just decorate them with whatever you like Today I didn't have fresh cherries actually, so I added the strawberries dipped in chocolates.
Very good. Actually, I don't want to really evaluate it because I have sweet tooth, so I will give the chance to our esteemed guest to tell us what you think about it.
I'll give it a 10.
Yes. Well, I'm surprised that from simple ingredients, you made this delicious.
Thank you.
It's a good combination.
Oh, thank you so much.
It's really, really sweet, so thank you so much, Iman.
You're very welcome.
Thank you, Iman.
Bon appetit.
So, Nasser, could you tell me, as well as telling our viewers, that you have a TV show is running during the holy month of Ramadan?
Yeah, so I have a show and I'm presenting in it with my co-host Zainab. It's a program called What's On. We review everything that has to do with movies, TV series, anime, and video games. Everything in that world, plus world entertainment news.
All right.
So I hope that your viewers would tune in and watch the show and enjoy it.
Well, actually, that's great because like you make a conclusion for every movie that anyone wants to see.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah,
That's
we
good.
do that. Yeah.
Perfect. That's a good. I definitely gonna encourage our viewers to watch this TV show, and we unfortunately reaching the end of this episode. You're having a really lovely conversation with a really sweet dessert. So, any advices to our viewers in regard if they would like to travel to Philippines?
Okay.
I believe we have a lot, right?
I think you just make sure you bring your umbrella, go there at the right time of the year, and don't forget to visit Boracay and Palawan. These are my two recommended places, and definitely you will enjoy it.
And would you say something in Filipino?
Mabuhay Pilipinas.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so for me, I would say make sure when you go to Philippines, just have a kind of like a family oriented understanding that you're going there to enjoy your time in the beaches, maybe going to the farms. The farms there are beautiful, where you can pick up fruits and vegetables and yeah, everything fresh. Don't skip diving. Diving there is beautiful. Blue seas are the seas there are so clear and so beautiful. What else? Don't miss out on the festivals. They're very wonderful festivals, and the food. Make sure you try everything from sweet to salt.
Perfect.
Hopefully.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being
We
with
really
us.
enjoyed this
Yeah, we did
episode.
really enjoy it as well. So you provide us with a really good information about Philippines.
It's a pleasure to have.
And I definitely gonna visit Philippines with both of you.
Why not?
Inshallah.
We'll be there. We'll do that. Memorable.
As well as we'd like to thank Iman for being with us.
You're very
Thank you so
welcome.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So the viewers, we're gonna see you tomorrow with a different guest, as well as talking about a different country during the holy month of Ramadan. Until then, please taking care of yourself. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.